this way.
Who is this sect you've got on your shirt? Who is that?
Oh, that's Mahmoud Sarsak, who spent 90 days, or 93 days actually, on hunger strike in the Palestinian Israeli jail. He was an international footballer, or is an international footballer for Palestine. And he was moving clubs. Everything, all the paperwork correct when he stopped at a checkpoint and arrested without reason, jailed without reason, tortured without reason. And when it got to, I think, 3 years, the FIFA got involved and got him released. But when he had done 90 days on hunger strike and he was facing death, we printed and started a campaign in Europe to have his release. And we had to put pressure on FIFA to intervene on his behalf and get him released.
And you're also campaigning to have Israel expelled from FIFA, yeah?
Well, yes, that is what the lesson of South African apartheid. On the 16th of July, 1976, nearly 40 years ago, 40 years this summer, the FIFA expelled South Africa apartheid, and that heralded the beginning of the end of apartheid in South Africa. And because football is in every corner of the globe, the news got around all over the globe immediately and put pressure on cricket and rugby and other sports to follow suit, and they did. And apartheid was toppled within a few years, but it was the beginning of the end of it. And that's what we want to happen in Israel. It's a peaceful way of resolving this whole dispute, just to expel them. What the difficulty we have is the friends of Israel, Jordan and Kuwait and Saudi Arabia and so on, are obviously trying to do some tricks on us, and they're moving the situation with a call for suspension. And of course the suspension puts all the power in their hands if they're on the executive of FIFA. With Blatter and some of the Europeans gone, the fair-minded people gone, then they will be able to dictate what happens. And I've no doubt at all that they will suspend, that they will try to turn any effort to expel into one suspension which empowers them. For example, in South Africa, in FIFA were able to take action against South African apartheid following Soweto riots. Yet 167 children were killed. That's an awful lot of children. But they were outside protesting and so on. The difference between that in Israel is that last year, in 2014, we had 565 children sleeping in their beds. Innocent babies and children sleeping in their beds were all massacred. And that is not an issue that FIFA will be able to take into consideration. The Congress can take into consideration if they so wish and say that Israel is unfit. But the executive will not necessarily have to take that into consideration. So we'll just look on that. The executive will say, well, according to this rules and the discussions with the Israeli Football Association, they've now complied with all of the rules. Well, there's nothing to do with the massacres of 565 children, which is what humanity would want, the reason for expelling apartheid Israel. So that's what we are doing. We're out here in the streets today campaigning so that the whole of humanity will see and know about the crimes of apartheid Israel and take the necessary action, support our action to expel apartheid Israel from it. Sorry if that's a bit long, but it does take a while.
Great. So today's match is Spurs against Sunderland.
Sunderland Black Cats, yeah, that's right. Yeah. The Black Cats are actually quite famous in the Labour movement. Every football team has to have their song, their favourite songs and so on and so forth. The famous song at the Black Cats was the red flag, keep the red flag flying here, the Labour stronghold, yes. And it was known as the Labour stronghold, the Labour team. So we were expecting a massive turnout at Sunderland in support of our demands. Yeah.
Super, okay, good luck and thank you very much.
Thank you, cheers.
All right.
And that's what we say heard at the beginning of the end of apartheid, you know. So trying to get that in.
Okay, action.
Yeah, this is what Tottenham is about against apartheid or anything on justice. This is what we stand for.
Here.
Come on, you Spurs. Yeah, definitely, I'm with you 100%.